welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. Audio's okay? Audio's okay? Cool. So this presentation started 10 years ago, and I saw a presentation at the American Marketing Association by a guy named Jeff Zabar. And it was the first time I'd heard about the concept of a personal brand. And I was working at a .com called ediets.com. And we were one of the top 5 largest advertisers, online advertisers in the world. And he said, you know, what have you done to build your personal brand? What have you done to update your resume or, you know, put a shine on your resume, add new skills? And so I thought, okay, you know, I should do some work on my personal brand. Because I'd always worked for companies. I worked for Coca-Cola in marketing. I worked for McDonald's restaurants and running a big marketing department. And I'd always been sort of, you know, very focused. And I was asked to speak at the Direct Marketing Association. And so instead of doing a presentation on e-diets, I wrote this presentation called The 10 Golden Rules of Online Marketing. And at that time, I had 7 or 8 years of experience in online marketing. And if you think back, this was 2003. 2003, Google was still in beta. We weren't really using Google search advertising. We were just running banners. And Mark Zuckerberg was still in high school. So the original version of this presentation was written as a personal branding exercise for me to show my expertise in marketing and digital marketing, which was 7 years at that time. Now it's 13 years later. We have 20 years experience. And this is version 10.0 of the presentation. So you're going to see all new case studies, and we're going to look at each of the rules, which are the strategies, the core strategies and principles of digital marketing. And we're going to talk about what's changed, our 10 best case studies, our strategies for search and social marketing, new tools and trends. And the best way for you to learn, I've found, because I've been doing these presentations, this is probably my 14th or 15th Affiliate Summit, but I speak all over the world at these type of events. And I did the 10 Golden Rules presentation for the first 2 years, and then when I came back to events, they would say, well, what else do you have? What new do you have? So for the past 10 years, I've been doing different presentations, but today we're going to revisit the 10 rules. As I mentioned, I've been speaking at events and affiliate summits. I don't know, you can probably tell by how much hair I had, which affiliate summit that was. And I've written 3 books, and we'll give a copy of this book away today. It's selling for $113 on Amazon because it's out of print. So we'll do that as a prize in this session, so don't run anywhere. And I've been featured on Fox Business, and our company called 10 Golden Rules was formed after that first presentation. So to round out the personal branding story, I was working at a .com and I was asked to speak. I wrote the 10 Golden Rules, and I spent hours and hours and hours on it. Like I rehearsed the thing about 50 times. And my dog saw it about 40 times, and my wife saw it about 10 times, and my team at the office saw it, and we had new statistics from Yahoo and, you know, all kinds of stuff. And after the presentation, 6 or 7 people came up to me and said, can we hire you as a consultant? And I said, okay, buy me lunch, I consult. And then my fees went up a little bit, and we started a company called 10 Golden Rules. And so for 13 years, I've had a digital marketing agency. So the case studies you'll be seeing is 10 years or 13 or 14 years worth of case studies. So golden rule number 1 is that there are no rules. And really what this means is in traditional marketing, in TV marketing and billboard marketing that we did for McDonald's and Coca-Cola, we used certain marketing rules, things we learned in textbooks and courses, and it was best practices. And you'd create a TV commercial, and you'd have a focus group, and you'd ask people what they think of the commercial, and you'd put it on the air, and you'd show it to 35% of the people 3.5 times on average, and that was your reach and your frequency, and those were the rules, right? The traditional rules. But you really were guessing, and our clients, the bottler at Coca-Cola, the franchisees at McDonald's, were always frustrated. They said, well, what's working? Is it the billboards, or is it the radio, or is it the TV? And we would say, well, we don't know, but sales are up 10% this weekend since we launched the campaign for the Happy Meal promotion or whatever. So we knew it worked, but there was a famous expression, I know my advertising's working, I just don't know which half. Right? I know 50% of my advertising's working, I just don't know which half. But what I loved about digital marketing is we could sort of measure everything we did. So there are no rules really means that there is rules in online, which basically means you measure everything you do and you get incredible information. So this is actually a slide from the original presentation, or shortly thereafter. And this was our best performing banner for a company called Livescript. Livescript's like the most successful digital marketing company in North America that nobody's ever heard of. Has anyone subscribed to Livescript? It's like they have 9 million subscribers, and it's a great affiliate play, actually. They have health and wellness e-newsletters. So this was their best banner. It would get about 1% click-through rate, and that's all we could measure in the early days. And then our job, when I started the agency, was we were testing, developing a bunch of different banners and landing pages. So we tested this one with which vitamins give you more energy. Are vitamins right for you? With a doctor. I need vitamins because I eat too many donuts. And this one, why do you want vitamins, and some options. So who thinks, one of these banners beat the original banner. So this is the original. Who thinks this one with the energy worked better? Show of hands, please. Okay, who thinks this one worked better? Second one with the doctor. Okay, who thinks the donuts work better? A few more hands. And who thinks the pretty girl worked? Okay. So the pretty girl was actually the winner, and the new banner worked about 2% better than the original banner, so twice as good. Really fantastic results. The client was very happy. So then we figured we'll take this girl and we'll put her in emails, and we'll put her on other banners, and we'll put her on landing pages. That makes sense, right? That would work. Didn't work. So there's something about testing that you need to test a lot of varieties. You need to test a lot of different things. You need to test different combinations, because in this combination with asking a question, which is a very good strategy, a picture where we didn't cut off any portion of her head, so when you're using pictures, you don't want to cut anything off. She's looking right at us, very powerful in digital marketing. And then we had these optional buttons. You can't do that on Google anymore. We had another call to action, so there was one engagement device, another engagement device. It was a blue underlined link, right? It looks very clickable. And finally, a start now, click here. It looks like a button. It's got a little highlight to it, like a lot of the winning elements of a good banner design. But in combination, this one did the best. But as an email or whatever, she didn't do very well. So, the moral of the story is lots and lots of testing. We worked with NBC on the Biggest Loser Club, and that was the Biggest Loser online diet version of the online TV show. And again, we did a bunch of testing. So this is what we call landing page testing. Has everyone heard of A/B testing? A/B testing, okay. So test A is the best performing landing page that we had at the time. And then we tested different things, like here's the blue button versus the green button, right? Lots of different varieties. Or we tested the female trainer against the male trainer. A/B testing. And there's a bunch of software, I'm going to talk a little bit about this later on, that can tell us whether variant A beat variant B. So variant A got 5.4% conversions, variant B got 3.11% conversions, variant A won by 43%. And that's 100% confidence level, so we know we had a winner. Now, what do you do after a successful A/B test? Anyone? What do you got? All right, C. You do a C test. So in this case, A beat B. So we designed something different. Like say we had this one. Like say that was A and that was B, and A beat B. So we do a different picture. So maybe we do a different picture of her, different headline, different button, different offer. You test something different. Half the traffic goes to variant A and half the traffic goes to variant C. And so that's how we're constantly improving in digital marketing. And those are really the rules of lots of testing. Now, it's the first session of the conference. I know it's a little early, but I'm going to ask you all to do a little bit of work, because as I said off the top, when it's interactive, you learn a lot more. Trust me, it's worth it. Okay? So who are the left brain people in the room? The analytic people, the mathematical people? Hands up. This is important. Okay? Now, the right brain people who aren't as good as math, wait, keep the hands up, please, left brain people. I want you to form a partnership, okay? One right brain person with one left brain person, and we're going to do a little test, okay? So you guys got to pair up in twos, okay? Two, 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 two. This is real quick exercise, okay? And what I want you to do, everyone has the hand out, right? So what I want you to do is complete this little exercise. So this is what we call marketing math. So this is a typical month of advertising for one of our clients. We spent $2,500 on Google. We spent $1,500 on Yahoo and $2,000 on Facebook. And this is how many leads we got. So if it's like one of our clients are lawyers. So if it's a lawyer, you get a lead, and then you call the people back, and maybe they come in and they hire you. Or if it's e-commerce, it's a sale. But it's the same thing. We measure it the same way, right? So if we spent $2,500 on Google and got 150 leads, you can use your smartphones for calculators. Okay, everyone have a partner? We're going to pair up. Does anyone not have a partner? Everyone's got a partner? Okay, you two are working together. Okay, so I want you to fill in the form. I want you to fill in the cost per sale. So obviously you're going to figure out, you spent this much money, you got this many sales, what's the cost per sale? What was our total cost, our total leads, and our total cost per sale? You don't have to go to the penny, you can round it up. Two together? Okay, good. You can work with your partner. Does anyone need a partner? You guys are together? You got it? Come on. A little bit, trust me, it's a lot better when you work and do a little bit of work. You'll learn a lot more. Everyone's good? Everyone's got a partner? Everyone's got a smartphone?
Sure. What, 16, 23, 11? 2011.
So you want to complete the right column and complete the bottom spaces as well, okay? Did you get it? The handout? We're just doing a little exercise.
I will exercise.
It's marketing math. So you've got to work with your partner. You can work with Tommy because he's pretty sharp. You guys are working together, or you're doing it yourself? Team up here. Trust me, it'll be better. Bob, you got a handle on this one? You got it. This is easy. You're a pro. Okay. You guys good? I'm counting on you guys. Texas. The Austin guys know this stuff. They got it.
Well, I cost per lead. Got that.
Okay, so we're trying to complete the right side column, each of these boxes. Doesn't have to be to the penny. You can round up, and the bottom. There's a prize too, okay? Okay, do we have everyone close? Anyone think they've got it? You got it? Okay, I'm going to go with my buddies from Texas. Okay, so we're gonna fill in some holes, right? Okay, so what do you have for the cost per lead on Google? $60.67. Okay, and how about Yahoo Bing? 2308. And Facebook? 1111. And how much did we spend in total? 6,000. How many total leads? And what's the average cost per sale, cost per lead?
Fractionalized.
1519. You guys were really close. Okay, someone else want to take a try? Was that a hand or that? Just a hair sweat. Okay. So we're going to fill it in. So the reason you were close, I think you missed the Google one. So, look, the important thing isn't learning high test math here, okay? The important thing is learning that this is internet marketing. As frankly, I've started giving this test to everyone I interview for a job at 10 Golden Rules. And like one girl did it in her head in like 2 seconds, and I was like, holy shit, I have to hire you. She decided not to move to Florida, but I'm still after her. The girl who got the job was probably the second fastest. She used a calculator to check, but like, and again, you don't have to be good at math, but you have to understand the basic things here, okay? So the basic things are that we spent $2,500 on Google, we got 115 leads. Google leads cost $17, okay? Now, if we're in affiliate marketing, if we're looking for leads, if we're looking for, sign-ups from our affiliates, like this could be one affiliate, another affiliate, right? The best performer was Facebook, okay? So Facebook leads only cost me $11. And Yahoo Bing was the worst, cost me $23. So does anyone want to guess what we would do if this was 1 month of advertising marketing for one of our clients? What would we do next month? More Facebook, right? Good one. Okay. So we're going to do more Facebook advertising. How much would you shift? So what we would typically do is shift from the more expensive media to the better media. So where would you shift money from? Yahoo? All of it or just some of it? All of it? I might leave. Myself, if it's just 1 month, I'd leave $500 in Yahoo for 2 reasons. Number one is I want to validate my testing. And number 2 is in search marketing, you generally get some high quality leads. Like I would leave the branded campaign on. Like if they say this was advertising for Affiliate Summit or 10 Golden Rules, when people are searching Affiliate Summit Conference and things like that, generally those terms are going to be very inexpensive, $2-3 a conversion, because people are predisposed, right? So I would shift some of the money, and I might even shift some Google money. So I might put $1,000 from Yahoo Bing into Facebook, and $500 or $1,000 from Google into Facebook. And what's that going to do to our overall blended cost per lead next month? It's going to bring it down, right? I still see a few quizzical faces. Does everyone understand the basic concept? The basic concept of this is you want to track how many people come to your website and take an action, right? How many people sign up for your free offer? Or how many people make a purchase if you're selling something on the website? How many people opt in for your ebook or sign up for your newsletter? Whatever it is, like if it's an affiliate program, how many people opt in to receive an offer, okay? And what you want to do every month or every week or every day is drive your cost per acquisition down, okay? So I know we spend a lot of time on this, and the math is a little complex. I'm going to take questions at the end, okay? Otherwise we get completely sidetracked. But this is, as far as I'm concerned, the heart of digital marketing, internet marketing, online marketing, affiliate marketing, okay? This could be the most, if you're new to this business, this could be the most important thing you learn this weekend. And it's not that I didn't invent it or anything, right? But basically, what you want to do every single month or every week, if you're running enough volume, is drive your cost per lead down, okay? So golden rule number 1 is that there are no rules. So like traditional marketing, the rule was, we ran, our TV advertising, or we did, 47 billboards, and, we thought that worked, right? But basically you throw out what you knew from traditional marketing and you do lots and lots of testing. And this applies for your website design, your banners, your search, your email, your pricing, your social media. You want to apply direct marketing practices. So that's what we saw some examples of. A/B testing. That comes from old-fashioned direct mail. You would send out a blue envelope and a pink envelope, and if the blue envelope did better, next month you'd send out blue envelopes and red envelopes, and then the next month you test blue envelopes and green envelopes. So that's what we're able to do in rapid fire on the internet. We can A/B test landing pages, we can test offers, button colors, images in the landing pages, different banners, right? We can test Google against Facebook, and that's the heart of internet marketing, okay? And I wrote this 13 years ago, and I've verified it with client over client over client for 13 years now since we've been doing this. I added one bullet to this slide in 13 years, and that's there are no bad ideas, and it is hard work. The one thing is that a lot of people would come to me and they'd say, hey, I saw your presentation or I bought your book, and we did a landing page test and we got our best landing page. And I'd say, okay, great, and how many tests have you done since then? Oh, none, we just used the new landing page, right? But if you want to keep getting better, you've got to keep testing, A/B testing. So one thing I recommend is like a testing calendar, and every month you're testing something. So we'll do a landing page test in July, and then in August we'll do an offer test, and in October we'll develop a new follow-on email series. So every month you're focused, or every week you're doing a different test, and that's how you move the needle. Okay. Golden rule number 2 is the internet is not television. And again, this is from a strategic standpoint, okay? So our strategy on television, you could tell a story, you could run a video, you could have music, you could have images, right? And on the internet, especially 13 years ago, you couldn't run video. Now today you can run video, so there's a slight change in our thinking. But the core principle is the Pareto Principle. How many people know what that is? The 80-20 rule, okay? 80% of your sales come from 20% of your customers, right? And that's been a broad sort of number that has worked since Vilfredo Pareto invented that in like the 1700s when he analyzed wealth in Italy. But basically what it means is a very small percentage of the people who come to your website are going to buy something and going to become a customer. So what we want to do is identify who are those people. Don Peppers and Martha Rogers wrote great marketing books called One-to-One Marketing, and they had this theory, IDIC, identify, differentiate, interact, and customize. So you want to identify on your website, like, who are the 5 or 10% of people who take an action, who sign up for your free email newsletter, and then you want to differentiate your marketing. So you want to have more messages that are for the people who really make purchases, and then you want to interact with them, so you want to start sending them emails or retargeting banners, and customize their experience. Amazon does a great job of this. They welcome me back, welcome back, Jay. Here's Jay's Amazon. Here's your custom offers, and here's a bunch of recommendations just for me. So when I go to Amazon, I get a bunch of internet marketing books. What a big surprise, right? So it's customized based on my previous purchase habits and things I've clicked on. They identify me, they differentiate my experience, they interact with me, and they customize the website for me. So golden rule number 2, the internet's not television. It's a common mistake to use a television strategy where you're pushing information at people. But as we know from the internet, we want to identify our Pareto Principle. What are the like characteristics of our customers? And then we want to IDIC, interact and customize when they come to our website. Golden rule number 3 is to create a UVP, or a unique value proposition. Now we saw this A/B test earlier in the presentation, and I didn't identify this, but the UVP we created for the NBC and The Biggest Loser was get your free diet profile. Now who knows what a diet profile is? Please, no one raise your hand, because there is no such thing, because we just created it. It sounds like something valuable. And when they got to the landing page, they gave us their height, their weight, their age, their medical conditions, and then we would give them like their BMI and the schedule of time it took to lose the weight or whatever, and we would give them lots of valuable information, but it was basically in exchange for some information, we gave them something of value. And that's at the heart of a UVP, a unique value proposition. When people come to your website, give them something in value to get them engaging with the website. Get them doing something, clicking something, watching something. Okay? So a UVP could be a contest. This was one of the first ones we ever did for Extreme Halloween. We said, win a plasma flat screen TV. That's a pretty sexy prize today, huh? But 13 years ago, that was a big prize. And all they had to do was fill out a survey on what they thought was the top contest, the top Halloween costumes for the coming year. Every year we did the survey, and then we had another UVP, another valuable interactive device on the website, something people could interact with. So say you're coming to buy the Harry Potter costume for your son, but you didn't decide what to get for your daughter, you could look at the top 10 costumes for little girls or the top 20 costumes for babies or couples, and then we sent that out to the press, and we got really good media coverage from sending that out, and this was the single biggest sales day in the history of the company when we got the back page of Life magazine. Another example of UVP, come to our website, and we have a popover. It says, learn the 10 golden rules of online marketing. Actually, one of the guys in the other room, I met him last year here, and this is a thing called Opt-in Monster. And so it's just one click, and you can download the 10 golden rules. Another example of a UVP, a rate calculator. So quote, compare, and save, and they're going to show you all the different insurance prices. Here's another one. My buddy Brian Moran gives you a free video to teach you how to set up a squeeze page. Okay, so there's lots of different things you can do for a UVP. So what I want to do now is another quick exercise. You can work with your same partner, or if your partner wasn't too good at math, that might be a good thing, because maybe they're more a little bit right brain. But I want everyone to brainstorm a UVP that you could add to your website. And if you have a couple ideas already, maybe brainstorm a couple more, okay? So we're going to take about 1 minute for each partner. We'll take about 2 minutes for this exercise. So you can work with the same partner. So does everyone have a partner? Everyone have someone to work with? Philip, you can't have a partner because you just got here. You can work with Frederick here, okay? You guys can go 2 and 2. So I just want you to brainstorm for a minute some UVPs. When people come to your web page or your website, what's something you could offer them, okay?
Well, we have a free $10 too for first purchase.
Okay, if you haven't switched partners, you get 1 minute each. So switch to your partner and brainstorm a couple UVP ideas. All right, let's wrap it up now, please. You can do a lot of more brainstorming over lunch or whatever. Okay, can I have everyone back here, please? Okay, can I have a volunteer? Who came up with a new UVP? Something they can put on their website? Something like a savings calculator or a free ebook or a software trial, contest? Who's got something? Great, thanks for volunteering.
So,
Wait, first of all, your name is Leanna?
Lena.
Lena?
My name is Lena.
Where are you from?
I am from iConsumer.com.
iConsumer, awesome.
And we are a cashback retailer where when you earn cashback, you also earn shares in our company. You become an owner.
Awesome. So you're a
Our owner.
cashback retailer, and you earn cashback and also shares in the company.
Correct. And so we would create a quick ebook that would be your Dummy's Guide to Investing from iConsumer.
That's awesome. A Dummy's Guide to Investing from iConsumer. So it's a little ebook. We give Lena a round of applause. Okay, great. Someone else? Who came up with a good UVP for their website? Right here, Ron. Where are you from?
I'm from Arkansas.
Arkansas?
This is partner in Puerto Rico.
Great.
He's got the better location to listen. But we have it's called real-time pain relief. It's topical pain.
Real-time pain relief, topical pain relief, okay.
And we give, for our new customers, we give a free $10 tube with their first purchase.
Free $10 tube with first purchase. Okay, great. So that's I would say that's a really good purchase incentive.
Okay.
But you might want something just when they first come to the website, like an info pack,
Like
or,
an ebook
or even a
something.
video, like something, yeah, ebook, like something just to get them engaging when they first come to the website.
Okay.
But you want to test, you could test different variations, but that's probably going to goose the sale.
Okay.
But it's definitely worth testing.
Okay.
That's awesome. Thanks. A quick round of applause for Ron. Anyone back there? We haven't heard from anyone back there. Who's got an idea, a UVP idea to bring to their website? Anyone? Anyone in the back? Come on. Thanks, Michael. So you guys do apps, right? We were talking before we started.
Yeah, we do apps. We also do all the Dr. Seuss products.
Dr. Seuss products?
I like your idea of asking the question, like, what's your favorite Dr. Seuss book, or what's your favorite Dr. Seuss character?
Great.
And then using
So do a survey, a poll, and then here's a great strategy for polls, by the way. Do a poll, release it as news, right? Oh, we showed you the strategy, and we got on USA Today, so, you know, whatever, Dr. Seuss's 70th birthday or the 70th anniversary of the book. You do the poll and you publish it like it's big news, and you get all kinds of media. Fantastic. Well, thank you. Quick hand for Michael. So my friend Jeff Walker, who wrote a New York Times bestseller last year called Launch, calls it an irresistible bribe. So think of something you could add to your website that would sound so good to your target audience that people would be like, it would be irresistible. And in most cases, you're just bribing them for their email, if you're doing an ebook or a video series or something like that. So that's one other way to think of it. And again, as we talked about in golden rule number 1, lots and lots of testing. You don't just throw up a UVP and let it go. You do lots of active testing and testing with landing pages. Rule number 4, if you build it, they won't just come. So this is a mistake that killed most of the dot-coms back in 2000. They spent all the money they raised on building this website, and it used to cost more to build websites, and then they had no money left for marketing. So this is what we call the internet marketing model. And essentially, we always use the term in our industry of a funnel. We funnel traffic into our website. So we talked earlier about like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. And we compared Google traffic to Yahoo traffic to Bing traffic. We're also going to do SEO, search engine optimization. We're going to make our site more friendly to the search engines for free SEO traffic. And then, of course, we're going to use affiliate products, things like CJ and Share a Sale and all the different affiliate networks, ClickBank. We're going to use email and banners. We're going to use different types of social media, Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and podcasts. And we're going to essentially bring lots and lots of traffic to our website, right? Now, our website is representative of, or the little gold box is representative of the UVP or the call to action. So if we're selling something or we're offering something or we have an ebook download or a cost savings calculator, okay, we're going to bring them to the website. And we're going to use landing page testing, the test tube representative of test A, B, C, D. So, from a Google click, you can go, half the traffic can go to A and half the traffic can go to B. We talked about that in the first section. And then there's a whole new sort of element of marketing. If we get their email address, we're going to do two things. We're going to send them what's called a follow-on series. So if people ask for your ebook, the first thing you're going to send them is your ebook by email. You might give them the ebook on the next page, but you'll also email it to them so they have it and they can forward it to someone else. So the first email they get is the actual offer or some information. The second email might be a letter from your CEO. The third email might be some testimonials. The fourth email might be some product information. And typically it takes 8 interactions with a consumer to get a conversion or a sale. Think about that. A lot of times too many people think, well, they came to my website, they didn't buy, so they're done. But think about the cycle of search. We're typically doing research. Your boss tells you, hey, go find a new digital marketing company. If I give up the first time they come to my website, I'm doomed because typically they're going to go to a lot of websites, read a lot of things, sign up for some blogs, sign up for some newsletters, download some ebooks, and then they'll go talk to their boss, and then he'll send them back to go do some more information, right? So typically, if we're looking for a TV, we'll do some research, we'll go, we'll read a bunch of things, we'll go into Best Buy, we'll shop the TV, and then when we come back to make a purchase. So typically, it's a cycle of search, we call it, right? So if you drop them, if you have a really good irresistible bribe or ebook or cost calculator on your website, and you get engaged and you get their email address, you can start sending them a series of information, new consumer reports and new testimonials from happy customers and things like that. The other thing you can do is start a newsletter. So I consider a newsletter a basic, fundamental, must-do for every single marketer. Okay? It's the easiest, inexpensive thing to do. You do your newsletter, you send it out to everyone on your mail list, and you stay top of mind. There's no reason not to do it. It's cheap, inexpensive marketing. People are going to forward it to friends, and they're going to come back and buy, right? And you're also going to take those articles and put them on your website as SEO, search engine optimized content. So it's doing two types of work for you anyways. And then the final thing is called remarketing or retargeting. You know those banners when you go look at a pair of shoes or something, and those shoes stalk you everywhere you go on the internet? Does everyone know what I'm talking about? Yes. Right? So that's, also the first thing you should do when you start a new campaign or a new company, or the first thing we do when we sign a new client, we put retargeting code from Google and Facebook on their site. And then we collect the cookies, and then about 3-4 weeks later, when we have enough people, we start showing ads to people who come to the website. And they come to the website, we say, hey, you didn't take the cost calculator. Or if they did take the cost calculator, we say, how would you like to go to a free webinar, right? So if they didn't take the UVP, we show them the UVP. And if they did take the UVP, we show them something else to try and get them back to the website. Now the math is very, very compelling on remarketing, okay? What's the typical conversion rate on a website? Does anybody know? It's a lot like direct mail. What percent, or does anyone know their real conversion rate? What percentage of people take your offer the first time they come to your website? Go ahead. 3 point something percent? right? And that's pretty typical, right? You know, if you're doing great, you're getting 4 or 5% of people downloading an ebook or something. But 3% purchasing when they come to your website. So what does that mean? What percentage of people left your website without making a purchase? 97%, right? So typically it's in that 1 to 2 to 3% range. So remarketing is so important. I mean, these people came to your website. They were interested in your product. You just didn't, you know, they were maybe at the start of their search. They're not, you know, they haven't even presented to their boss yet. I haven't even gone to my wife and told her which, you know, what TV I wanted to buy. So I'm just at the start of the cycle. So you've got to stay in their face, and remarketing is really great. So when they go to other websites, when they check the weather, check the sports scores, we show them banners and bring them back into our landing page or our website, and maybe we up the offer a little bit, okay? So golden rule number 4, you can't just build your website and, you know, sit around and wait for the money to come in. You've got to push, pull, and drive the consumers to your website. Pay-per-click, search engine marketing, very good. SEO, search engine optimization, what I call the ABCs of SEO. The A is the architecture of your website. The B are backlinks, other sites linking to your site. And the C is content, articles you write on your website that people are going to be searching for those phrases. And so that's why the newsletter is great, because you got to send a newsletter out anyways. And then you add the article to your website every week as a new piece of content with Google words that people are going to be searching. Affiliate marketing, of course. So affiliate marketing, that's what we're all here for this weekend. You get other people to send traffic to your website, and then you pay them a finder's fee in exchange for getting you a lead, a download, a purchase, or whatever, however you measure it. Partner marketing, other companies, you partner together, and integrated marketing, PR works really, really well. Golden rule number 5, subscription models survive. I talked about my last job before I started my company 13 years ago. I was at ediets.com, and we got eDiets up to $60 million in revenue. And the basic principle was you came to our website, you filled out a profile, and then we did, you know, newsletter marketing to get you back to the website if you didn't purchase on day one. And it was a subscription-based business. It cost about somewhere between $12 and $20 a month. And you got information on diet and weight loss. And then when you bought the product, you weighed in every week and you got a new subscription, you got new meal plans, and new information. So the core of the business was a subscription model. Every month we charged their credit card $12 or $20. I talked about Livescript. We saw the banners earlier. Originally these guys were in the vitamin business, and they offered a free vitamin profile. And it was getting more and more expensive for us to buy a free vitamin profile from online partners. We actually met Livescript when we were at eDiets, and we used to send them leads every month. And at first they were $15, then $20, then everyone in the market back in 2002, 2003 started doing these kind of leads. And it went up to like $50. Well, it was too expensive because not enough people continued after the free 1-month trial. So we started getting people to just sign up for the newsletter, and it only cost us 25 cents to get someone to sign up for the newsletter. Then after they read the articles by our expert advisory committee, and they learned about the vitamins, we'd sell them vitamins to our own email newsletter list. Then they grew the email list to about 100,000 people, and they started running ads in the e-newsletter. Then the cost of acquiring someone cost 25 cents. They could run enough ads, enough eyeballs to make up the 25 cents. So guess what the cost of customer acquisition was at that point? 0, right? So we evolved a company model by using the subscription model. First the newsletter subscription, then they subscribed to the vitamins and they got their unique vitamin set every month. Everyone remembers Blockbuster? They were killed by the subscription model. And Netflix came up with this idea where they'd mail you your DVDs in the mail. Now, where would Netflix be today if they didn't start figuring out the serving model, right? So what they did is they innovated themselves out of business. So their old shipping the DVDs went out of business, and now they do it by direct download, but they maintained our trust and our subscription, and they evolved from going out of business. Look, one of the most basic subscriptions is an e-newsletter. This is our local barbecue place, and before the big football game, they send us a reminder, and sure enough, there's a little coupon, $10. It's in my head. Where am I going to buy my wings for the game, right? It's just basic marketing. Build your email list. I know everybody thinks email's dead. Far from it. It's still the core valuable asset for every one of our customers. I mean, this guy sends out a little real estate newsletter But he puts really good stuff in it. You know, articles about cooking shows in the market or the new dog park in our community. And I reward him by sending me good stuff with opening his email every month. Even though I'm not in the market for a house, if you make your content good, email is still at the heart of digital marketing. Golden rule number 6, remember the 4 Ps. Does anyone remember the 4 Ps from their marketing textbook? Product, price, place, promotion. Perfect, right? So think of your website and think of your internet marketing, your digital marketing, like you're a product manager. So when I was a product manager at Coca-Cola, I was responsible for Coca-Cola, Sprite, and all of our flavors. You know, like the grape and the, you know, all the different flavors. And then someone else was responsible for Diet Coke and someone else was responsible for sports drinks. So I was a product manager. So if you're a product manager at Google, you might be in charge of search or mobile or YouTube or Google Play or Maps, right? They actually call it that right on their website. They call them their products. And there's product managers who are in charge of every section of the website. So I think you should think like a product manager, think like a traditional marketer. And you should have someone in charge of testing, or someone in charge of landing page testing, and someone in charge of banner testing, and product development on your website, the new innovations on your website. Think of it like a product manager. Who are the customers you're targeting? What are they looking for? And who's managing the project to build the new technology? Price. So what we've seen in price is you can walk into a store now with the Amazon app, you can scan the product and find out if it's cheaper at Amazon. With one click, you can buy that product and get it shipped to you for free if you've got Amazon Prime. So people are what they call showrooming, and you know, so your price, your online price better be better than the offline price, right? The new thing we're seeing in free shipping in almost everything. Place, very, very important. SEO, search engine optimization, particularly local, and particularly that maps listing. You better optimize, and there's about 4 different things that will make sure your business gets optimized. How many people are in local or retail, have a business? Okay, great. We're mostly digital here. We got 1. So you got to make sure you're properly optimized. And promotions work really well. So remember the traditional 4 Ps of marketing: product, price, promotion. Golden rule number 7, trust is golden. Any Brendan Burchard fans in the room? I know we've got at least one. Brendan's a great information marketer, teaches us stuff, but I thought this was so powerful. When I went to look at this product called the High Performance Academy, he had the little Facebook icon that you can download this from Facebook, and it told me that some people I know, like Mega Rodriguez, someone who I have a friend relationship on Facebook, and 333,000 other people like Brendan Burchard. That's what we call social proof, right? And I'm going to trust Brendan right off the get-go because I know a bunch of my friends already like him and 300,000 other people already like him. My buddy Will Hamilton built a whole business with free YouTube videos, sending people to his website to get more free videos. He's had 30 million views on his video. This one's had 800,000 views. So I'm going to trust him because he's had so many views, and when I go to his website, I'm going to sign up for his list. Using trust certificates or logos are very good, of course, and you got to make sure your site's secure. It goes HTTPS if you have information or things like the verified icons and your privacy information. So when people come to your website, you can do a couple quick things to make sure you have trust. First, your social proof, adding your Facebook and how many Facebook friends with that little widget, adding credibility logos, having your privacy policy. If you're doing any email, you've got to be CAN-SPAM compliant, of course, and you can show the HTTPS or the little lock at the bottom of your website. Golden rule number 8 is to use the right tactic. So we've talked about a bunch of different strategies, but within that we've talked about different tactical things that you can do. But the first thing is, like, there's no silver bullet. There's no one, like I said, test landing pages and test ebooks and test calculators, but look, there's no one right solution for everybody. We worked with a company, our second client, our first client was the Halloween client, and Moniker was our second client. And we used to come here to the trade shows and have a booth to sign up affiliates. Moniker's like a GoDaddy. Does anyone know Moniker, the domain registrar? A few people. So what we did is we did an analysis. We did the 80-20 rule. So we do all this stuff in the real world. I don't just talk about it. We did the 80-20 rule, and we found out that most of their big customers, so about 80% of their domains were with 10 or 20% of their clients. And what we found out was that most of those guys were big domainers. They had 500 or 1,000 domains. And then we started doing more analysis, and asking them, why do you use our system? And they said, well, it's way better than GoDaddy because we can, if I want to move 500 domains from one host to another, I can do it with one click of a button. And Monica, we started focusing the company on looking for the big domainers. We came here to Affiliate Summit. We went to the web hosting and SEO conferences, and we looked for website builders, like people who built 50 or 100 websites at a time for customers. So we started coming to conferences, and the other thing we found out, search didn't work at all for Monica because Yahoo was willing to pay $5 or $7 a click at that time. We wanted to acquire a customer for $7. When you search for a domain company and you search for the domain, 9 times out of 10 it's not available, right? So at $5 a click, it was costing us $100 to get a sale. They wanted to acquire customers for $7. So we came to conferences like this one. We had a roulette wheel at the Vegas conference, and we gave away, everyone won at least one domain. Some people won 5, some people won 10, and then we had some big prizes. So giving away a domain for $7 was our cost per acquisition, because it cost us about $7. We got a trial, and then the big domainers found out, oh, this company's much better to use than GoDaddy for what I want to do. So that's why I'm saying there's different strategies. We also came up with the domain auctions to position ourselves as the people who sold the big money domains, and we created a domain podcast in the very early days of podcasting. So again, we were talking about the big domain sales and big domainers and what these guys were thinking about, not like the one-off mums and pops who were buying one domain. So there's no silver bullet. You've got to understand how the different mediums work. So paid search is very good for the top of the funnel. Paid ads, getting your first sign-ups, people signing up for your newsletters. Then the newsletters are great tools for building that ongoing relationship. And SEO, search engine optimization, and social media take time to build your list. Golden rule number 9, the best never rest. And I've subtitled this one, test, test, and test. So great online marketers are constantly testing. In just our Google backend, we're testing 6 different ads and probably 1,000 different keywords, and we're constantly measuring what's the click rate, but most importantly, that cost per conversion. Remember the marketing math exercise? It's right there for you in Google, but you have to set it up, okay? You have to have a thank you page for your offer on your website. So when people come to your website and they sign up for your free offer or your free download, you've got a thank you page, and you put a little conversion code that you get from Google and Facebook on that page, and that's how you measure your conversions, and then you can divide your cost by the number of conversions, okay? So that's the critical part. I keep going back to this. If you learn one thing in this session, measure your conversions, test your different media and your different advertising, your different creatives against cost per lead or cost per conversion. Tony Robbins calls it constant and never-ending improvement. Any Tony fans in the room? Firewalkers? And here's another test example for our client, Dolphin Encounters, beautiful Blue Lagoon Island in the Bahamas. You swim with dolphins. Our original landing page was getting 2% conversions. Then we added a video, and we tested the video on the left-hand side. Typically, forms work best on the right, because in North America, we read top to bottom, left to right. The eye is going to end up here, right? But then we tested the video on the right and the form in the middle, and we got 15% conversions, which is awesome, right? We were talking about 3% conversions earlier. So great marketers are constantly testing. Constant, never-ending improvement. Sometimes just changing your website, changing the visual, changing your landing page will improve conversions, because a lot of people have been there a lot and they're a little bored. Stanford University did a study. They said, what makes a site credible? 46% said the design of the site is professional looking. 28% said it's well organized. The focus, 25%. Someone said the crap they fill it up with takes away from the credibility. And the company motive, you can't seem too commercial. So giving away something for free is valuable. Golden rule number 10, lead the trends. So this goes back to when I was working at eDiets. Does everyone remember the first pop-ups when they first came up? And you were on a website and something else would pop up. You'd be like, oh, get a free trial. Okay, I'll do that. we'd never seen a pop-up before, so we were all like, okay, we forgot what we were doing, and we did the new thing. Shiny object, right? So then, they worked so well. When they first came out, we got 30 to 35% click rates on pop-ups. But then it started looking like this. Remember that? There was like pop-up apps, because they were working so well, but then they stopped working well, because we do that to ourselves in this industry. When we get something, we crush it out, and what happens is, you've got to be early in, okay? When something new comes out, like anything I'm going to tell you about in this section of the presentation, some of the newer things that are working for us, you've got to test them out. Because what happens with the pop-up, when it first came out, we were getting 30% click-through rates. Then when it started looking like this, people hated anyone who popped up over their session. And we told our internet companies, get rid of these pop-ups. And we virus checked them out, right? And they went away. And it went from 30% to being a negative. And that only took 6 to 12 months. So when something new comes out, you want to test it. You want to figure it out before your competitors. Does anyone know this guy? Khaled, DJ Khaled, right? So he was like pretty much unknown. He was like unless you were like really into rap 4 or 5 years ago. But when Snapchat came out, he started crushing it on Snapchat. And every single day, 4, 5, 6 times a day, he was the guy everyone would say, if you want to check out how to do Snapchat, check out Khaled. And he'd have these little motivational Snapchats. And now his new album, he's like with Drake and Jay-Z are singing on his new album. He's got a Silk TV commercial. I mean, how did a rapper get a soy milk commercial? And he's like filming an Apple commercial with Naomi Campbell. Like he said he got to kiss the woman of his dreams. So being first in on something like Snapchat, when it comes out, it's new, it's hot, is a tremendous opportunity. And that opportunity still exists in your niches if nobody's crushing it in Snapchat. This guy's a plastic surgeon in Miami. He started showing his surgeries, and it got so much coverage that he got a reality show off his Snapchat profile. This woman used Instagram and talked about her weight loss journey. She lost over 100 pounds, and now she's selling coaching programs for 120 bucks each, and she got on the cover of People magazine for losing over 100 pounds. This was the horrible Facebook Live that someone did during the Dallas shootings. That's the bad side of Facebook Live. But the good side of Facebook Live, here's something brand new, super hot, lots of people follow you on Facebook. You can go live on Facebook, and you can build your brand, build your audience. And if you become known as, whatever industry you're in, like the app guy or the, digital marketing guy who's in Snapchat or Instagram or whatever the new thing is, and you become known as that guy, everyone in your industry will be saying, check him out or check her out to find out about how to do it. Facebook ads, still phenomenal. When the Facebook IPO came out and General Motors said they're dropping Facebook, it killed the IPO. And we were like screaming to all of our clients, no, they just don't know how to do it. And we've been crushing it for our clients with Facebook advertising. One of the most amazing things is custom audiences. So you can drop your email database into Facebook. Facebook will match about half of them, okay? So if I use my work email for Facebook and you have my Gmail address, it's not going to match. But if you have the same email that you use for Facebook, it's going to match. And then we create lookalike audiences. So for years we've been saying, I want more customers like my current customers, right? Very, very common. So now you can do that. You load your customer database or your leads database into Facebook, and then you can run ads to people who are exactly like your current customers. So here's a campaign we did with a partner who is an advertising agency. The advertising agency ran magazine ads. Our cost per lead was $187. Our Google campaign came in at $31. Our Facebook ads came in at $20. And this was for a swim school, very traditional business, getting moms to take their kids to the swim school. So Facebook's crushing it. This is a chat popover. Remember chat 4 or 5 years ago? You'd click on the button, it never worked. You know what I'm talking about, right? But now when you click on a chat, normally there's someone there and they actually can answer your question. So I think there's been a mind shift in consumers. This is one of our attorneys. He got 300 chat leads in 1 month, and he only got 46 leads from the forums on his website. Your site's got to be mobile optimized, responsive. Everyone's hearing about this. Here's why. Google's announced that 50% of searches are now conducted on a mobile device. Think about that. 50% of your traffic seeing your website this way. The average person checks their phone 150 times a day. If we get a lead for like our lawyers or our doctor clients, our medical clients, a lead on a form, they convert at 2%, because when you fill out a form and they call you the next day, you never answer the phone, right? You don't know who's calling. But if you click the button right there on your phone and you call, it converts at like 29% for like lawyers and doctors. You call, you make an appointment, you go see the doctor or the lawyer. So responsive design is design where the website shifts down and it fits exactly into the type of device. And Google said for 4 years they want responsive design for search. You can use the mobile call extensions. So here's 2 ads for car accident attorney. Who's going to get the call, this guy or this guy, right? This is free. Mobile call extensions are free in Google. Another hot trend is online training. This is a Udemy search for affiliate marketing. And we've developed an online training called the Digital Marketer's Roadmap. And if you like my style and you like my training, this is module 1, all about setting up your website and your domains and how to set up a website. This is all about pay-per-click. There's 10-minute videos that teach you things like advanced strategies. We've sold this in the past for $97. In honor of our anniversary, I'm going to give it to you today for free. Okay? So this is our entire training course completely for free. All you have to do is send me an email at podcast@10goldenrules.com. And it's TEN, podcast@tengoldenrules.com. We'll give you this course completely for free. So, quick wrap up. I think I have about 2 more minutes. The 10 golden rules. Number 1, there are no rules. So, with traditional marketing, we applied rules. Like we ran our commercials to 45% of the audience. Online marketing is all about testing. The internet's not television, much more like direct mail, direct marketing. We measure everything we do. We create a UVP, something on our website that's going to get people to interact when they come to the website. If you build it, they won't just come. You've got to push, pull, and drive people to your website. That marketing funnel where we do a lot of testing. We use pay-per-click, SEO, affiliate marketing, social media, and then we test different landing pages, different offers. And we also use email newsletters and remarketing to get people back to the site. Remember the 4 Ps, product, place, praise, promotion. Trust is golden, use the right tactic. The best never rest, test, test, test. And some of the leading trend stuff we talked about were things like Facebook advertising, getting ahead of the curve on things like Snapchat and Instagram. Here's my tip, okay? We're just at the start of the conference, and I go to a ton of conferences to speak, and then I'm with you guys. Like the rest of the day, I'm going to go see Crazy Dennis Yu. He's amazingly crazy. In the next session, he's going to talk about advanced Facebook advertising. Then I would go see the Marketing Ninjas guy is the next one I'm going to. He's great if you want to learn about SEO. So I'm going to be in there with you guys taking notes. One thing I do, though, is I put stars behind the things I want to do. And then after the conference, I make a list of the top 10 things I want to do. But don't make the mistake of next year at Affiliate Summit, you pull out those, where were my notes? I remember I had some good ideas, right? So take the things and put them into action. Try one thing tonight. Take the first step towards the achievement of your goals. I'm at Jay Berkowitz on Twitter. I'm on Facebook and LinkedIn. Be my friend. Please email podcast@10goldenrules.com if you'd like the free course. And it takes you through pay-per-click, SEO, social media, and monetization strategies. And there's a module on affiliate marketing. Our company's called 10 Golden Rules. We do this for our clients. So if I can help you, please give me a business card and do me a favor. Write FU on the back. That means follow up. Follow up. If you'd like me to follow up with you, just drop me a business card. And I think we're pretty much out of time, right? The next session's coming up. So I'll just hang around here if you have any questions, and I thank you all very much.